Morning, it's day 2 here in Death Valley National Park. I didn't tape anything last night when I got in. I did do some photography. Drove down to Artist Drive, it was closed. I took some photos from the side of the road. I do plan on going back there today, so get some action while I'm down there. So like I said, Artist Drive is closed itself. The park's closed it off, but you can just park and hike it in. And then I spent a lot of time up at Zabriskie Point. It was extremely busy, plus I was very giddy. A lot of wonderful light hitting the side of the mountains there. Very beautiful. Had not seen light in over a day and a half or something to that effect, so I was quite happy. So, as I mentioned, it's day 2. I'm actually at the Mesquite Dunes. It is sunrise. Probably here a little later than I should be. So I'm just actually down the way at the Stovepipe Wells Hotel. And right now, huffing it up and down some dunes. So, right at the start, I gotta hike in to find something that has no footprints. I'm heading back to my car now to head back to the hotel to get some breakfast. As I scamper down, I don't know how it's gonna turn out. I gotta scamper down here. Hang on. Hopefully I don't. This is where I came up. Very loose. See, there we go. And down. And I just ruined that shot for everybody. Okay, so it's 8 o'clock. It's actually extremely overcast in most of the dunes. The sun did rise. There's a brief period of cotton candy color in the sky. I wasn't able to capture that. I wasn't in a good spot. So, hiking the dunes, great exercise. Thankfully, this is January, so it's not dangerously hot. It's also 8 o'clock in the morning, so pretty comfortable. So this morning I only had my 7200. Still waiting on the wide angle replacement to arrive. Should arrive this afternoon. So I will come back here to photograph Mesquite Dunes over my trip. All things go according to plan. But I definitely want to have a wide angle lens. And I'm going to have to get here probably at 6 o'clock to hike in. So I'm at some good spot for sunrise, as opposed to today where I think I got here at 6:30. I was a little late, so anyways, so the light was mainly flat this morning because it was so overcast. Nothing very contrasty. I did contrast it with the dark blue mountains and sky, some shots. So once again, once I get back home, have a look at those on the computer and see if they speak to me. But anyways, it's fun being out here. It's you definitely need a certain level of fitness for the Mesquite Dunes. As much as I do hiking and all this stuff, going through sand is a completely different beast. Anyways, I'm heading back to the car unless something catches my eye. Not particularly yet, but anyways, beautiful. Just beautiful. I do wish I had my wide angle lens right now, because I think there's a nice shot there with that vegetation against the sand, against the mountains with the sky. Just unfortunately the 7200 is just too long of a lens at that point. Need something wide. But there's definitely opportunity for a lot of interesting compositions. Now, what you'll notice, this is a main path for people walking in and out, so a lot of clone stamp or healing to go on to for some of these images if I shot something here. So one tip I got from another landscape photographer, I think it was Nick Page, watching one of his YouTube videos, was it'd be extremely helpful when hiking the dunes to have trekking poles. Hence, have some trekking poles. And yes, in spots, those are of extremely high value. It cannot underestimate the value of something like that when climbing up the dune especially. So anyways, I'd like to say I'm almost back at the car, but I still have a little bit to go. Now, one tip, at least the thing I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to either retrace my footsteps back or other people's, trying to minimize the amount of footprints that impact here. So for us other landscape photographers, or just people who want to come here, like trying to enjoy a pristine sand dunes is kind of nice. So I have to admit that I didn't walk away from this shoot at the sand dunes with any image that I'm truly in love with. But I wanted to share with you the images I did capture this morning because it was such a great experience. I learned a lot, but more importantly, I just enjoyed photographing a location that is relatively unique, and you really have to travel to get to a place like this. The light wasn't exactly the best. I got there a little later than I should have. More importantly, I learned the fact that it is a bit of a hike to get to a location in the dunes away from all the footprints. Hiking in this type of sand, in the distance, in the hills, the valleys, was a bit of a challenge. And as mentioned, the hiking poles were a great benefit. If you're heading out to the sand dunes, I would encourage you to be prepared to get there well before sunrise or well before sunset to allow yourself to find the compositions to get to a location that you enjoy. Now, I was limited here with only having my Canon, Sigma 7200, as I was still waiting for a replacement 17-40 wide angle lens. So I was happy with what I was able to capture here, in the sense that it forced me to use the equipment that I had on hand. So with this last photograph here, it gives you a great sense of scale of the dunes. If you look in the right-hand side of the photo, you'll see two hikers or other photographers there in the distance. So with that, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.